Jack DeJohnette, born on August 9th, 1942, and passing on October 26th, 2025, was much more than an extraordinary drummer. He was the rhythmic soul of modern jazz, a man whose artistry blended sound, spirit, and emotion into a timeless language. An American jazz drummer, pianist, and composer, he carried music deep within his being, expressing it with profound emotional honesty. Every beat he played pulsed with life, imagination, and spiritual resonance, leaving a mark that would forever shape the sound of jazz. Throughout his lifetime, DeJohnette shared stages and studios with some of the most legendary figures in music: Charles Lloyd, Keith Jarrett, Freddie Hubbard, Bill Evans, Herbie Hancock, Miles Davis, and Pat Metheny among them. His touch transformed their music, infusing it with both fire and sensitivity. His artistry earned him induction into the Modern Drummer Hall of Fame in 2007 and 2 Grammy Awards. Yet his influence extended far beyond trophies or titles. By the time of his passing, his estimated net worth stood at $6 million. But his real treasure was the enduring beauty and inspiration he left in the world of sound. Born in Chicago, Illinois, DeJohnette was raised in a home where music thrived. His parents, Jack Sr. and Eva Jeanette, nurtured his love for expression and creativity. With African-American roots interwoven with Seminole and Crow ancestry, Jack embodied a heritage rich in rhythm and resilience, a mix that would later inspire the spiritual undertones of his compositions. He began learning piano at age 4 under the guidance of Antoinette Rich, a pioneering conductor who helped him understand melody and harmony. By 14, he was performing professionally, but at 13, an irresistible curiosity for rhythm took hold. Guided by neighborhood drummer Bobby Miller Jr., Jack discovered the drums, an encounter that changed his destiny. A major influence in his early life was his uncle, Roy Wood Sr., a well-known disc jockey in Chicago and co-founder of the National Black Network of Black Broadcasters. Roy's deep connection to black music and culture opened Jack's eyes to how sound could express both beauty and resistance. Immersed in Chicago's vibrant scene, DeJohnette explored R&B, hard bop, and avant-garde jazz, collaborating with innovators such as Richard Abrams and Roscoe Mitchell, future founders of the Association for the Advancement of Creative Musicians. He also occasionally performed with Sun Ra and his orchestra, experiences that expanded his perception of rhythm into something cosmic and limitless. In the early 1960s, a brief but unforgettable moment came when he sat in for a few pieces with John Coltrane, leaving an indelible impact on the young musician's spirit. In 1966, DeJohnette moved to New York City, drawn by its creative pulse. There, he joined the Charles Lloyd Quartet, a groundbreaking group that fused jazz with elements of rock and world music. Within this ensemble, he met pianist Keith Jarrett, forming a lifelong musical partnership that would blossom across decades. Although Jack left the group in 1968, his time there gave him invaluable experience performing before international audiences. He went on to collaborate with jazz greats such as Abbey Lincoln, Jackie McLean, Betty Carter, and Bill Evans. His drumming on Bill Evans at the Montreux Jazz Festival, 1968, remains a landmark in jazz history, showcasing his ability to merge restraint and intensity seamlessly. That same year, a brief stint with saxophonist Stan Getz became another turning point. It led him straight into the orbit of Miles Davis. By 1969, Miles Davis invited DeJohnette to join his groundbreaking electric band, replacing Tony Williams. Davis recognized in him a rare ability to blend the earthy groove of rock with the free-flowing improvisation of jazz. Together, they redefined music itself. DeJohnette's drumming became the pulse of Bitches Brew, 1970, one of the most influential recordings ever made. The sessions were wild and spontaneous, full of creative energy. Miles would hear something and build on it instantly. Jack later recalled, "It was pure creation happening in real time." His drumming provided the heartbeat of this new sound, unrelenting, fluid, and alive. Beyond Bitches Brew, his work on Live Evil, 1971, Jack Johnson, 1971, and On the Corner, 1972, cemented his role as one of the architects of jazz fusion. His collaborations with John McLaughlin, Chick Corea, and Dave Holland during this period influenced an entire generation of musicians. DeJohnette's playing was both complex and deeply human. Every stroke balanced intellect with instinct. Launching his solo career with the DeJohnette Complex in 1968, Jack revealed his multifaceted musicianship, blending drums, melodica, and piano to create new textures of sound. The 1970s and 1980s became a period of relentless innovation. Albums like Sorcery and Cosmic Chicken explored mysticism and abstract expression, showing his willingness to experiment without limits. His association with ECM Records became a spiritual and artistic home, allowing him to produce works that emphasized atmosphere, subtlety, and emotion. During the mid-1970s, DeJohnette led several forward-thinking ensembles, including Compost, Directions, and New Directions, all experimental spaces for sonic exploration. But his group Special Edition was perhaps his finest creation of the era, featuring emerging talents like David Murray and Arthur Blythe. It became a platform for young voices while reflecting Jack's open-hearted leadership. Critics described his role as the gravity that held the horns in orbit, capturing how his rhythmic grounding allowed melodies to soar. The 1980s marked a golden reunion with Keith Jarrett and bassist Gary Peacock. Together, they formed the Standards Trio, reinterpreting jazz classics with emotional depth and lyrical grace. Their synergy brought new life to traditional material, turning each performance into a meditation on musical connection. Even as he entered later stages of his career, DeJohnette remained as exploratory as ever. In 1990, he joined Herbie Hancock, Pat Metheny, and Dave Holland on Parallel Realities, an electrifying collaboration that celebrated musical unity. 2 years later, Music for the Fifth World reflected his growing interest in Native American spirituality, blending jazz improvisation with deep cultural and spiritual roots. In 1994, he returned to the piano for a series of solo concerts that revealed his tender, reflective side. He also reunited with John Abercrombie and Dave Holland to revive the Gateway Trio, reminding audiences of their unmatched chemistry. Throughout the 2000s, DeJohnette remained an unstoppable creative force. He formed the Latin Project, collaborated with John Scofield and Larry Goldings in Trio Beyond, and even launched his own label, Golden Beams Productions. His 2005 release Music in the Key of OM, a meditative soundscape of peace and introspection, earned a Grammy nomination and showcased his ability to transform rhythm into healing. Never content to rest, Jack continued exploring. His collaboration with Bill Frisell on The Elephant Sleeps, But Still Remembers displayed his mastery of improvisation, while Sawdates, 2006, paid tribute to his late friend Tony Williams. He also worked with Bobby McFerrin and Chick Corea, blending humor, skill, and soul. In 2009, he won another Grammy for Peacetime, affirming his lasting relevance. His 2012 project Sound Travels brought together Esperanza Spalding, Lionel Luick, and Bruce Hornsby, a radiant celebration of life and collaboration. That same year, he was named an NEA Jazz Master, the highest honor in American jazz, recognizing a lifetime of creative excellence. Away from a stage, DeJohnette was a kind, reflective man. He shared his life with his wife, Lydia DeJohnette, his partner in both love and art. Together, they built a foundation of family, compassion, and purpose, weathering the demands of an international career while remaining deeply grounded. On October 26, 2025, Jack DeJohnette passed away in Woodstock, New York, at age 83 due to congestive heart failure. His death marked the end of an era, yet his music continues to pulse through time. His rhythms still breathe in the spaces between notes, in the shimmering echoes of cymbals, and in the deep hum of the bass drum. Jack DeJohnette's life was a symphony of creativity, courage, and connection. He embodied what it meant to live through music, to feel deeply and express freely. Whether behind the drums, or at the piano, he spoke the universal language of the heart. Though he is gone, his spirit remains forever in motion, carried in every beat that dares to dream. The world of jazz, and indeed of music itself, will always dance to the timeless heartbeat of Jack DeJohnette. Rest in rhythm, maestro.